Hola! It's April Yvette Thompson from thedreamunlock.com, coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. I have gotten lots of questions about the 12-step how to be a working TV actor, and I wanted to come tonight and talk about it. So much of what actors experience has to do with not having a sense of power. It really does. I mean, today I actually turned down a role because I felt that it was something that my mom and my grandmothers and my nanas couldn't be proud of. And it was something that I didn't want another little black girl to see. So I said no. It's a well-written role. It's just not a story I want to be a part of telling. And it was for a feature film, for a very famous director. But you know, things mean less when you know why you're doing what you're doing. Right? So there's a desperation that comes with being an actor, right? That shouldn't be there. And the way you get rid of it is to figure out, why the hell am I doing this? Why do I want to be a storyteller? Because when you figure that out, you'll be unstoppable. When you figure that out, you will then be on a mission, right? You'll be on a mission that people either jump on board and support, or they get the hell out of your way. There's no middle ground. But as long as you're the victim, needing somebody to hire you so that you feel better about yourself, and that means you're an actor, you're always going to be a victim. You're always going to be unemployed or not being paid what you're worth. And at The Dream Unlocked, it's our philosophy that thoughts become things, and your inner experience creates outer reality. So whatever you have manifested inside yourself, I'm too old, I'm too fat, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that, all of that is what you're now experiencing in the professional world, in your personal life, right? That is what you're radiating. Remember the laws of attraction and all that business? It's real, right? Because what you focus on, you create. And by focus, I know everybody's got 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs. Everybody's got lots of jobs. No time to focus. Running to an audition, running to your day job, taking care of your children, picking up the kid from basketball practice. Got it. But focus, we get really hung up on focus. Focus doesn't mean I have to spend 4 hours today on my acting career. Focus can mean you spent 10 minutes doing Skinner exercises on the subway. Focus can mean I've set as my goal to do 2 Shakespeare plays by the end of the year. Right? What could I do today towards that goal? Oh, I don't know. I could learn Gertrude's monologue. That's what I could do today. I can do that while I'm rocking my child to sleep. Focus means stating your intention, right? What do you intend for your life to look like? What do you wish, hope, and dream for, right? I want a speaking role on a Marvel show this coming pilot season. I want to book a recurring this coming pilot season. Okay? That's intention. Okay? That is your hope and your wish and your dream. The goal is I'm going to do everything within my power to book a recurring this pilot season. Now, when you set it up like that, you're setting yourself up to win. Because then you can make a concrete list of everything you need to do to be ready for pilot season. Right? Goal setting like that sets you up to win. And you want to win, right? Like, you want to win. What are some things that you could do to make yourself ready to be a recurring? I don't know, learn how to prepare an audition in 30 minutes or less, no matter how many pages it is. What's your memorization technique like? Okay, that's something you work on today. Okay, what's your script analysis technique like? Could you break down a scene in 5 minutes? What if they gave you something cold? Because they brought you in to read for one role, but they don't really like you for that role. But there's something else on Blue Bloods that they want you for. Could you go outside and prepare that in 5 minutes? If not, you have plenty of work to do. Right? This whole powerlessness and spending all the time on social media worrying about what other people are doing instead of what's going on in your own backyard. Have you cleaned house first? Is your house ready for stardom? Because if your personal vessel, your house, is not ready for stardom, then you are operating a self-defeating paradigm. So let's change that. It's why I came up with the how to be a working TV actor course. It's the philosophy behind everything I teach, from emotional cores to finish your damn script to get unstuck, moving the path to pilot season, moving to film and TV. All of my classes, this is the philosophy behind them. What can you do to get closer to your intention? And until you have done everything within your power, you're not ready. What's the headshot look like? What's the reel look like? What does your press kit look like? What agents or managers have you targeted? What are the top 25 shows that are running on network television right now that you're right for? Do you have 2 or 3 scenes from each of those shows in your repertoire that you could pull out at a moment's notice? Could you do a Shonda Rhimes monologue? If you got the sides, I don't know, tonight at 7, and the audition is tomorrow morning at 11, and it's 8 pages. And 3 of those pages are your monologue. Welcome to my world. Right? That's the recurring audition I got on Thursday morning. And then I didn't get the sides until much later. And the audition was Friday morning. And it was 8 pages. 8. And the last 3 pages were a monologue that was all me. Now, if it is my intention to book a recurring this coming pilot season, then I should have a technique that makes that audition easy. Well, thank God I did. I mean, that was so horrendous that my business partner, Hillary Ward, was like, do you need help? I was like, this is a lot of shit. I was like, thank God I got the 9 times fast, right? Because when I decided to move into TV and film, I was like, I need to make a list of everything I need to do. And if I don't have everything covered, I need to go pay somebody and ask them, what else do I need to learn? You know, the big thing I learned is how to work moment to moment and how to rehearse for the camera and how to memorize 8 pages in 30 minutes. With no doubt. Flawless. Like, I don't need the sides. Fully realized performance. This isn't theater where they want a performance that's your idea but not fully realized. TV is not like that. They want the fully realized performance. They want what they're going to see on prime time at 8 o'clock on Wednesday. That's the performance they want to see in the audition room. Make no mistake. Because you've got 2 minutes to audition with your scene partner on set, and then you're shooting it. So once that became clear to me that that's how this business works, I was like, girl, you need a plan. I totally needed a plan. Otherwise, my words about wanting to work in TV and film were not in alignment with what I was doing. So I changed that. And I learned it, and it was hard, and it took 9 months. And I paid a good coach, right? And I wanted to make an opportunity for my clients who can't afford private coaching to get these tools. Because see, TV's not rocket science. It's actually a lot easier than theater. Theater, you better go to school and get some crafts. That's a lot of language and breathing and technique, right? TV is learning how to technically use the camera, work moment to moment, and talk to the other person and allow them to happen to you. That's it. What's the other part of TV? Your business strategy. What's your social media following like? What are your relationships with casting directors like? And the big one, do you understand the tone of the shows? Do you know all of the casting directors for the major shows you're right for? If you don't, I'm about to go back to old April. You full of shit. You don't want to work in TV. If you can't tell me your top 25 shows that are currently airing on television, not canceled, not reruns, currently airing on television, that are in the top 25. You want to know what the top 25 shows are? Google top 25 television shows according to the Nielsen ratings, and the list will come up. How many of those are you right for? How many have you been dying to be on? Have you even watched the season? What if you got an audition tomorrow? You've never seen the show. You fucked, right? You have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. And if you're lucky enough, like some of my clients, to hire a coach who also works in the industry and you can afford that, great. But what if you can't and you're still really talented and ready to take on this challenge? It's why I made the 12-step. Because I can only take on 4 coaching clients at a time. Because I'm an actor, I'm a writer, I'm a producer, and I also teach women in Morocco how to start their own businesses. So I have a very full life, right? But I also have lots of people that follow me and have been writing to me and have been like, April, I really want to take your class. How can you make it possible? And so I came up with a 12-step. And basically what the 12-step, how to be a working TV actor is 12 months of classes. Just like this one, right? You're on live with me now. You know, you could write questions down in the comments and I will answer them in the video. See how that works? It's just like private coaching, although I can coach a lot more people for a lot less money. Okay? So the 12 steps, we start with how do you remove all the sets of beliefs about yourself that are stopping you from booking TV? Because you got some, otherwise you'd be booking it. I'm not pretty enough. They don't like black people. They only want dark-skinned black people. No, they only want light-skinned black people. No, I don't look black enough. Oh, I don't look white enough. Oh, I don't. Oh, my Jesus. I need Botox. I don't have Botox. I'm black. I'm not skinny. You know, I'm the queen of coaching people who aren't pretty enough to be on TV. I'm not pretty enough to be on TV. I was like, you know, there's two kinds of pretty. There's TV pretty, and then there's TV ugly. And what happens when you fall in between? I most definitively fall in between. Because TV pretty has a very particular look to it, right? It's more classical features. It is a Botoxed face. Just a little. But it is a Botoxed face, right? It is thin. It is. These are the things that are TV. Or you're very unattractive, right? So what happens when you fall in between and you're really talented? That would be me. Like, I look like a normal, everyday, attractive human being without manufactured parts, right? So when it's your talent that is driving it, and you're not what they call commercial, and I'm good with that. I look like an African person. That's not necessarily commercial. I look like an Afro-Caribbean person, right? I'm good with that. But when you aren't commercial, you have to have a strategy. You have to have all the rules of the game in your pocket like a motherfucker. You can't have shady technique. You can't be looking for lines. You can't be rolling up looking half-assed, bad hair, bad clothes, bad makeup, whatever. None of that can exist, right? Because it's your talent that's going to get you the job, okay? It's your talent. So when it's your talent, you better have a business strategy for walking in that room and being rock solid and your entire foundation being ready. Like, if you don't have a reel that can get you a job, I'm going to say it right now, you're full of shit. You don't want to be working on TV. The last movie I got offered, they watched my reel and made an offer. Each film. No, it's last 2 films, right? Last television guest star I did, they watched my reel and they made an offer. No audition. This is how it looks, people. In LA, half of the auditions you submit are self-submissions. Do you know how to do a self-submission tape? If you don't, then you know what I'm going to say. Then you're full of shit about wanting to work in TV and film. This is the stuff that we look at. And some of this is, I know, oh, I don't know what that should look like. Okay, then ask somebody. That's why I'm here. What do you need to be prepared? You need a mindset, which is the first module of the 12 step. It is a recorded exercise that Hillary Ward, my business partner on the LA Dream Unlocked team, put together, where she walks you through a set of belief systems that you have to break down and get rid of so you can be successful. And then after that module, you get the Dreaming Out Loud ritual, which is a video I've created with you, which it is for you. It is what I do with my private clients. It is journaling and meditation and reflection and getting centered and writing down your goals and writing down recurring emotional themes that drive your work. Basically figuring out why you want to act and meditating on that. That's what the Dreaming Out Loud ritual is. I love it. I do it every time I'm feeling discouraged, right? Like when I said, no, I can't do this role because it'll probably get an Oscar of the film and I would have paid $250,000. I had to go to my journal and do the Dreaming Out Loud ritual. Why am I here doing this? So little girls don't see that image anymore. When you are focused on why you're doing this, everything becomes easy. Everything. everything, right? And why you're doing it is directly related to your emotional cords. And if you've been following the 12-step emails, we sent out a whole free video mini course. If you did not get it, go to thedreamunlock.com now and sign up, and we will send you the free mini course. We talk about the emotional cords. We talk about creating reality on set, right? And in the audition room, we talked about memorization technique. We talk about how to get your emotional cords and package that into something for your agents and managers that will double the auditions that they can send you on. Because your emotional type has nothing to do with the way you look, right? It's one of the single most powerful tools that I have given my clients. Because it means they ain't got to go out for Black Girl Number 4 anymore, or Blonde Girl Behind the Register Barista. They get to go out for specific things that may have been written for men, that may have been written for people 30 years older than them, but if they understand the emotional life lesson that the character is struggling with, then they can play them. And that's what the emotional cords are all about. It is understanding that your essential life lesson, what you were put here to wrestle with and learn, that thing is a thing that when other characters have it, you can play them with your eyes closed. So we have a whole module about the emotional cords and how that affects putting your reel together, how that affects picking material, how that affects talking to your agents and pitching them to start looking for roles around your emotional cords, not just the way you look and your age, right? That's a whole branding. First you establish what your major cords are, and then you brand yourself to look like that. From your reel, your headshot, hair, makeup, everything, right? We look at how to build relationships with agents, managers, casting directors, or how to build new relationships with casting directors you haven't met, or how to reframe your business strategy with the team you currently have because you're not going out for good stuff. How to reframe that. The emotional cords are a really good way to reframe that, and we give you a script and how to do that. So as we go through these 12 steps, there's a new step and a new theme each month. There's emotional cords theme, there's business relationships. If you want to establish a relationship, get a new agent, get a new manager, how to do that. We walk you through it step by step in these recorded exercises. So you get a master class at the beginning of the month that introduces what our topics can be. Limiting beliefs, emotional cords, right? And then each week, you get what we call a weekly weapon. And it's a mini lesson that builds on the subject of the month, right? So, emotional cords. We may have a whole 2-hour masterclass about what that is about. And then at the end of that masterclass, there's a forum there, a forum, where you type in and you ask us questions about what you just watched, and then we respond. It's private coaching for no money. Okay? And then based on the questions you ask us, we will reshape the weekly weapons to address those questions, right? So the emotional cords might be, what are the emotional cords? These are your 4 major ones, maybe. Here's an exercise to do. Create this list of 100 things. And then the next weekly weapon, we'll build on that and say, okay, in that 100 things, let's put them into categories. Okay, right? So step by step by step, I'm breaking down what has previously been complicated for people, and they've taken $1,000 classes for it. I'm breaking it down into a self-driven course. Now, the folks who bought the 12-step already, some people like, I did module 1 and 2 in one night. I was like, well, you just go. You can do it at your own pace. We have designed it so that you get one masterclass reminder at the beginning of the month, or the first time you log on, when you sign up. And then each week you get a weekly weapon. So you get 3 weekly weapons, right? So that's 4 weeks. You're into the next month. You'll get a reminder for the masterclass, and then each week for the weekly weapons. So we've designed it with our reminders built in for you to get a reminder once a week so that you don't get overwhelmed, but also that you don't fall behind, right? But it's totally cool if you want to do it more, if you want to do them, much faster, right? And some of my other 12 steps, I actually use it for my class. And I'm like, we have a 6-week class. Let's do the 12 step in 6 weeks, right? And work through it. So you get to work at your own pace. All of these things are recordings. They are live classes that have been recorded. They are videotapes of live classes with student interaction, asking questions. They are audio tapes of just the teacher talking and walking through an exercise. There are visuals. So if you need a chart or you need a workbook or you need a format or a template for something, we provide that document and you download it and you work through it. It's totally self-driven. So you get 12 master classes, 3 weekly weapons all year long. Then once a month, you log onto the Badass After group, which is a private group which you get an invitation to, and you join the monthly classes that are live, where you get to ask us questions about the 12-step. And we will stay on as long as you want and answer all of your questions. That still doesn't take away the fact that after each lesson, you also have a forum where you can ask us questions. So you get lots and lots and lots of attention. Plus, you get our monthly newsletter, the Badass Actor newsletter, which has everything from artist housing, because in New York, I know that is a bitch here. So I always have something about artist housing. I always have something about projects on the horizon, business tips. We talk about incorporation. The 12-step is comprehensive. In a year, you could change the fabric of your life if you actually do the steps, right? I wish somebody had given me a playbook like this, you know, where I could ask questions, right? And here's the deal with the 12-step. I decided to do a special. Everybody was like, are you insane? When you're charging your classes are $1,200. I was like, until midnight tonight. This has been a 3-day sale. And the folks who took advantage, thank you. And it's a lot of you. Thank you for doing that and all your feedback. But until midnight tonight, it will be $29.99 per month. I know. That's less than 2 Starbucks coffees. Okay, 3 Starbucks coffees. No, 2 Starbucks coffees and a cookie. A little cookie. Not even the pumpkin pound cake. A little cookie. Okay. $29.99 per month. Yeah, for 12 months. That's it. After 30 days, if you hate it, send us an email. We'll refund your money. No questions asked. This is a win-win. You have nothing to lose. If you hate it, we give you your money back. If you love it, by January, you will be ready to slay come pilot season. There will no longer be any questions about, does my press kit look right? Does my resume look right? Who are my top casting directors? How do I target them? All of that bullshit, that'll be gone. Gone. We teach marketing strategy. You can go through the whole list of everything that we go through. We teach how to incorporate, when you should incorporate. Should you join a union? Should you not join a union? If you want more details, I will post the link right in the comments of this video. Or if you want to go right to the page now, you can go to thedreamunlocked.com/12-step-MFA-CTA. And you can look up the class. Put your questions in the comments. Nail the $29.99 thing before it disappears tonight. Nail it. Nail it. It'll never be that cheap again. And if you pay full price, I think it's like $2.99 full price, like it's nothing. You get a free coaching session, a strategy session with either me or Hillary Ward. How is that? And I'm $500 an hour. So this is deal, deal, deal. After today, the class will be $500. So you do the math. Change your life or continue to talk about it. Thoughts become things. What you focus on, you create. So get your ass on TV. Love you, mean it.